Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, just use code Hodge on SeatGeek and save yourselves $20 freaking. Now if you used the site before, just make a new account, use my code anyway, and save yourself some money. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first news episode in a little while. This is my first news episode since I got back from Dallas, Texas for my WrestleMania 38 trip. First off, I'd just like to thank you all for all the support for the videos. And of course, if you haven't seen the vlogs I've done, definitely go check those out. There was 3 of them. I went to the SmackDown Hall of Fame. There's a vlog for that as well. It's Access. Second vlog is for WrestleMania Day 1, and the third vlog, of course, is for WrestleMania Day 2, or Night 2, if you will. So that was a very, very fun trip, and I appreciate all the support for that. And thank you guys so much. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. That's just what I wanted to say before we started. But ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to get back into news and rumors mode. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some juicy news and rumors. So we're going to kick this off with the first news story of the day, which is going to be about Mr. Cody Rhodes. This just sounds crazy. I'm talking about Cody Rhodes in the WWE. The American Nightmare has returned to the WWE, or I guess kind of like a debut. A lot of people say this is more like a debut than a return, because this is a new Cody we haven't seen in the WWE before. So basically, what is the deal? Well, okay, so what I'm talking about today is that's confirmed about Cody, other than that he's in the WWE and he's signed a contract with the WWE. What I have to confirm is that he is actually #1 merch seller in the whole company right now. Yeah, pretty much all the shirts he revealed, they all sold out at WrestleMania at the stadium. They all sold out at the Superstore. So those are completely sold out, as well as they've had very, very high orders on WWEshop.com, which puts Cody Rhodes at the #1 most popular merch seller in the entire WWE at this given time, which is just mind-blowingly crazy. And if they ever doubted Cody's potential, there's all the proof you need. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about what is WWE's next plan? What is the next step after WrestleMania? WrestleMania is something we build towards, like all year. We're building towards WrestleMania. WrestleMania happens. It comes and goes. And now we're after WrestleMania, it's like, oh, so what happens now? Does it just drop off and we have to wait until like the next big pay-per-view, like SummerSlam or something, to get some more excitement, and it just kind of drops off and becomes like kind of, I don't want to say boring, but more boring than the WrestleMania like high. Like, what happens next? Well, the next plan is for the next WWE pay-per-view to happen, which is called WrestleMania Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash is happening this year. If you guys haven't heard, it's going to be on May 8th in actually Providence, Rhode Island is where this is happening. So that's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. Probably a lot of WrestleMania rematches. Brock and Roman, I do not believe will be doing a rematch. But May 8th, it'll be interesting to see what they pull off. Then after Backlash, we're moving into Hell in a Cell already. So things aren't dropping off as much as they potentially could, because we're going on into one of the more exciting pay-per-views after WrestleMania Backlash. We're going in Hell in a Cell, which will be in Chicago, Illinois, which will be taking place on June the 5th. So that one's exciting to keep an eye out for. Then right after that, we're going to Money in the Bank. We're going to Money in the Bank in Las Vegas on July the 2nd, which sounds very, very fun. And I'm probably going to be going to that one myself. I'll probably be at Money in the Bank for you guys. And right after that, literally the same month as Money in the Bank, we're having SummerSlam. SummerSlam is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. The date is slipping me. I think it's July 30th or July 29th or something like that. So it's the Saturday, last Saturday of July. But anyway, things are not dropping off as much as they possibly could. The rest of April, and probably most of the month of May is going to be pretty lackluster. But once we get past that, things are going to be heating back up again when we get to this summer. So summertime is going to be fun time for the WWE, so we'll keep our eyes out for that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is actually it. That is the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. But don't you dare go anywhere, guys. Instead, how about you get your juice boxes out? Get your juice box ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor of the day. The first rumor of the day is also going to be about Cody Rhodes. So there's a lot of conflicting things going on here, and you can believe what you want to believe about his promo that happened on the night after WrestleMania, the night after all of WrestleMania, the Raw. So what's the deal with that promo? Was that promo scripted? Was it not scripted? Well, originally I was saying it's not scripted. They're giving the guy creative freedom. Then it later came out, a Raw writer is now saying that promo was 100% scripted, almost to every single word. So you kind of got to believe what you want here. I mean, there's some wrestling reporters and people with backstage connections saying it was not scripted, and then we have some other people saying it was 100% every single word of it was scripted. My personal opinion on this, I believe Cody Rhodes will have a lot of creative freedom with this new venture, or he would have, went from total creative freedom to absolutely no freedom whatsoever in what he does with his character. Plus this Cody Rhodes thing, the American Nightmare thing, this is kind of his own thing, his own creation from the Indies. So I don't think he's just going to hand it right over and let them do whatever they want with it. So personally, I believe maybe WWE may have some bullet points and Cody could say yay or nay. But I feel like Cody had a lot of input on what happened on this promo, so I don't believe it's 100% scripted by some Hollywood writer. I just don't believe that. I believe this was mostly unscripted. Like, I don't want to say unscripted. I don't want to say he's like jumped in the ring and just started talking. I'm saying he had an idea of what he was saying, but I believe it was mostly like his idea. Alright, the next rumor. Okay, can we just talk about this for a minute? I've not had a chance to even talk about this on YouTube. Ezekiel. What the hell have you done, WWE? Are you serious right now? So, basically, Elias is dead. Elias has shaved his beard off and he looks like weird as hell now. And we have this guy called Ezekiel. But no, he's not Elias. He's Elias's brother or something. What the hell are they doing? Elias was a wonderful, perfect gimmick. Elias was one of my favorite wrestlers when he was doing his stuff, because I'm a guy who plays guitar. I play the same style guitar Elias does, play the blues, the rock stuff. And it was really, really cool to see him do something like that. I'm like, that is really, really cool. Like, if I was coming up with a gimmick, I'd like start from fresh. That would be a great idea that I would come up with, and he's doing it, and I gotta give him props. He's doing a great job at it. And then all of a sudden, WWE just take him off and slowly take him off TV. It's like, what in the hell are you guys doing? The guy had his like own music stuff going on. He was very over with the crowd. I get maybe it needed a little bit of a refresh, but it didn't need to be totally deleted and brought back with just some generic like gimmick. Like, what are you doing? That's just my little rant about that. It just really upsets me. So I don't know what they're doing. They're really gonna have to come up with something good for this. I know Elias or Ezekiel or whatever he's gonna try to make this work the best he can, but they really gotta come up with something good, because they had like a really good thing going on with Elias and they just totally ruined it. So we'll see where it goes. I'm very nervous about this. Hopefully, if the worst thing possible happens, or maybe the best possible thing in this situation, and they actually release the guy's contract, maybe he can go to like another large wrestling company, make the same amount of money, and just go back to kind of like an Elias gimmick. I don't think it could be called Elias, but something similar nonetheless, because he has really good stuff with that. All right, the next rumor, I'm going to spoil the return for you guys. So the return is Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans apparently will be returning this Friday night on SmackDown. Lacey Evans will be back. So what's the deal with this? Well, Lacey Evans, got pregnant. She had her baby. She's been training to get back in the ring. She's been gone for probably well over a year at this point. So Lacey Evans, everyone's been asking about her return. Well, apparently, SmackDown, it's happening. Don't quote me on this. Don't hold me to this. I'm just reading what the dirt sheets are putting out on the internet. I don't have any insider connections. You guys know this. I'm just a good guy who gives you an opinion and tries to share the news and rumors in a entertaining way. But yeah, Lacey Evans, apparently SmackDown this week is when she'll be returning. All right, the next rumor is about our tribal chief, and I don't know what they're calling it now, but I guess the undisputed Universal Champion, we have Roman Reigns. So this is about Roman Reigns' injury. So it was pretty obvious what happened in the WrestleMania match. So, Brock put Reigns in the Kimura lock. Reigns' shoulder went out. Like, it went out of it legitimately. It went out of its socket. This isn't a work. This isn't part of the show. His shoulder went out of its socket, and then he starts yelling at Heyman, it's out, my shoulder, it's out. Then he gets up, spears him, 1, 2, 3, match is over. So the match had to end because Reigns was injured. He called it and said, we're ending this now. It has to be over with. So that was behind the scenes of that thing. And then, he couldn't really hold up the titles after it. He could hold up his one arm, but the other one, he was struggling to getting that shoulder working again. He did pop it back in after the match. As soon as the bell rang, he grabbed the rope and tug it, whatever the hell he did. He pulled on the ropes and just pushed his shoulder back in. But on Raw, it was pretty obvious. It was still bothering him. The next day after, I'm sure he's going to have a little bit of soreness and stuff like that. But hopefully this is no long-term problem or anything like that. Hopefully everything's going to be okay. And I would imagine maybe it's going to be a little tender, a little sore for maybe a few weeks, but it should be back to normal. Nothing too serious, fingers crossed. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Reigns did get sort of injured in the WrestleMania match. Shoulder popped out, it popped back in. He's sore and he can't really use his arm that much without excruciating pain. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's just a little soreness and he'll be back to normal here soon. All right, the next rumor is about the Beast. In the corner, we have Mr. Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar, what is the plan for Brock Lesnar? Well, apparently Brock Lesnar was not at Monday Night Raw this past week. Apparently right after he pretty much, after the match happened, right after WrestleMania night number 2, apparently he got right on his jet and flew home. That's pretty much what happened. He got right on the plane, flew right home after the show, just strictly, you know, doing his business. He's got a family and stuff like that he wants to get back to. He has his own stuff going on, so he just got right on the plane because they had nothing for him. They got right on the plane and went home. So basically, what's the current plan for Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania? Pretty much we don't know. No one knows. They have nothing. They have nothing planned for the guy. I mean, the guy's been working hard, being there almost every week for a while, so he's going to get some time off. And they probably won't bring back the guy, maybe not until SummerSlam time, maybe Money in the Bank time. But for WrestleMania Backlash, for the rest of the month of April, May, Brock will probably be gone. For Hell in a Cell, I don't know. It's possible, but I would be looking more towards July for a Brock Lesnar return. The guy gets some time off. I mean, Brock's been killing it with this new run, this new gimmick, this new character. I gotta give it to Brock. He has this is like his highlight. This is his money. I don't want to say his money. He's always been good money, but this is like the best run Brock has had in ever. So I gotta give it to Brock. He's doing some good stuff right now and deserves a little bit of time off. As much as some might not have said that a few years ago, but Brock was such a private person. You didn't really know a lot about him. I said Pat McAfee stuff. I saw Brock backstage. You kind of get the guy more now, and you're like, oh, I get Brock. And the more I get into this business, the more I understand Brock, and I'm like, Brock, I would be the same way if I was in this business. It just makes sense. But basically, Brock Lesnar is going to get some time off, so we'll just have to wait and see when he's going to return. But as of right now, for Lesnar plans, there's absolutely none of them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news story. The final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is about our tribal chief and our undisputed Universal Champion, Mr. Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns, what is the plan for Roman, however? Well, Roman is the champion of both brands at this point, I guess. I don't know what they're doing on SmackDown. I don't know if they were unifying the titles, which I thought that what this title match was, is a unification match. So they're turning two titles into one title. I don't know if they're getting a new design or they're just switching things up a little bit. It's got to be some kind of variation. So it could be like the black title with a partly blue or something. We'll have to wait and see what they're doing. Or it could be a vastly different title design. I don't know. Kind of excited and interested to see what they're going to do tomorrow on SmackDown. But basically, the plans for Roman, well, he's going to keep the titles, whatever they're doing, and he's going to go into a new feud. This new feud apparently is supposed to be against none other than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is the guy he's going to be facing. So I think they were practicing this a little bit, getting comfortable, working with each other. So even before WrestleMania, they were actually working together at house shows. I went to a house show a week before Mania. They wrestled each other in the main event of the show. So they're kind of getting used to each other, and apparently right now for house shows, after WrestleMania, they're actually wrestling each other, Roman and McIntyre. So they're going to be bringing this feud to TV, if you will. So it could be happening this week or a few weeks out. But they're going to be building this, I guess, for WrestleMania Backlash. And maybe even into Hell in a Cell or something else could come up. But the current plan for who Roman is working with, who's Roman's face, who's his opponent, it's going to be none other than the Scottish psychopath, Mr. Drew McIntyre. So there you guys have. That's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm back here in the studio. If you guys haven't seen all the videos I've done the past week, definitely go check them out. There's a bunch of them. So if you guys are enjoying the work and all that, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm your king of Lockstyle, Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.